Welcome back to another episode of the JoeyH podcast. And today we have our sports analysis show. So let's just get right into it. With us, as always, for this show is Lucas Wheeler. How are you?
Good, man. How's it going?
I'm good. I didn't mean to say your last name. I apologize. But
You're good.
okay. So we got a lot to talk about. There's a
Indeed,
lot
we do.
has happened in the month of September. So, Lucas, you know what? NFL, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oof. Some big things have happened. First off, um, I think something nobody expected. Undefeated Vikings. 4-0
Yes.
undefeated Vikings. They are showing just unbelievable success. No, including me, I don't think a lot of people thought, even Vikings fans, thought that they were going to do this well this early in the season, especially since with Kirk being gone and questions about Justin Jefferson's and some other things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people did not think they were going to be as successful, and on the opposite side of that, the 0-4 Jaguars. Just
Oh, tragic.
tragic. And then same thing with the Dolphins. As a time of this recording, the Dolphins are not doing very well. And I'm going to say benefit of the doubt, they don't have Tua um, as of right now. But I mean, you still got really good key players, and some people think it's coaching, some people think it's the players. I think it's a little bit of both. Nobody's really
Yes.
taken initiative in the team, in my opinion. I feel like the coaches aren't doing what they need to be doing on the sideline
Oh
and
yeah.
in practice. I feel like the players, I mean, I'm not an NFL player. I'm
Yeah.
not, but and still world class athletes. But when you're a world class athlete, you got to play like a world class athlete. Tyreek Hill um, is arguably one of
Yeah.
the best, like top two receivers in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, it's him and Jefferson, and I mean, there are some other arguments out there, but I mean, collectively as a league, everybody thinks it's him and Jefferson.
Of
Um,
course. I got you.
and to see that team just not excel like they should be, uh, it's a little weird and a little, I don't want to say concerning, because they'll. I don't have a doubt that they won't have a winning season. I still think that they'll make it to the playoffs and have a winning season, and you know we'll see what goes on from there. But uh, it's just crazy seeing some of these teams um, perform how they are performing, good and bad.
Yeah,
Uh, but
I understand.
I'm gonna switch it off to you now.
No, that's not a that's the you all those takes you just said are absolutely 100% accurate. Um yeah, so I made the decision last night. I posted on my Snapchat. I will be entering NFL fan free agency. It's hard. Um you know, it's difficult. You know, I've been a Dolphins fan for the longest time, and you know what? I've tried making this decision a few times in the past, you know. Do you know how
Never
difficult
an
it
easy
is?
one.
Do
Never
you
an
know
easy one.
no, oh yeah, but you know how difficult it is that you gotta select a playoff team to root for every time the playoffs roll around because obviously the Dolphins are not in the playoffs. And listen, it's no shot. It's nothing personal. I have been a Dolphins fan for the longest time, and I've left for like a few weeks, came back, but that's happened a couple times in the past. I think we all go through that.
Of
But
course,
la
of course.
but last night I made up my mind, and I picked my team. I'm gonna root for, and
Who is it?
I'm gonna reveal it right now on the podcast.
Oh, let's see it.
I will be supporting
Yes.
the Detroit Lions
Yes. Yes, Jared Goff with his perfect game last night.
as loud as I can. Detroit! Come on now. I will be supporting the Detroit Lions for the foreseeable future. And no, not foreseeable future. Forever. Forever. Okay? It's gonna be
Till
forever.
Tua comes back.
No, no, no. I'm sorry. I made up my mind and it is what it is, man.
Can I
So
ask you, in your opinion, what does the Miami Dolphins like? What do they need to do as a franchise to get Joey Hagan back as a fan, and
um
countless other fan free agents? Because I'm sure you're not the only one.
oh yeah, I had a friend last night convert to being a Washington Commanders fan. Who would have thought? And hey, the Commanders are doing well.
They
So
are. They are definitely doing well.
Jaden Daniels is that dude. But
Oh, don't say his name. No, he's not.
okay, bro. Okay. Okay. Um that's a debate for another day. But I'll say this. I don't know. I don't see it happening. They could bring Justin Jefferson. They could bring um they could bring Patrick Mahomes. They could bring Jesus. They could bring Jesus on their team. I ain't going back. Sorry.
Damn.
It's Detroit for the longest. And
The New
reason why
Lions.
I picked Detroit is because they got a lot of weapons on their team. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aiden Hutchinson, and Tallahassee native, 850 native, Terrion Arnold, St. John Paul II High School.
Yes, sir. JP2.
Yes,
Shout out
yes.
JP2.
So yeah, he's amazing. He had a great career at Alabama, and he's doing well, starting for the Lions right now. So, yeah, I'll be supporting the Lions for the foreseeable future. Now, on to the college football news. There's a lot to talk
There
about.
is so much in the college football news world.
I will
I'll let you go first.
yes, yes. I'll start first. So, first and foremost, Ryan Williams. I told y'all he was that dude. I told y'all that, and he still is. And in the Georgia game, 6 catches for 177 yards and one amazing touchdown. I mean, literally put the team, him and Milrow put the team on his back. 4 + 2 = 6. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, Jalen Milrow had the game of his life. Okay. Um, 27 for 33, 374 passing yards, and two rushing touchdowns. Heisman him. Okay. So yeah, he had 374 passing yards, two uh passing touchdowns, and 117 rushing yards and two rushing touchdowns. I repeated myself. Heisman him. Okay. Now Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State, um, 5 catches for 83 yards against Michigan State, and one spectacular one-handed grab touchdown, and one only rushed once for a 19-yard rushing touchdown. So, yeah, very cool situation we have going on in college football. We have two freshmen, okay? One of which can't even vote yet, and they're dominating the college football game. Those two are, if they're not contenders for the Bolitnikoff, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like the people who are selecting those awards are brain dead. Those guys need to be in that room
Yeah,
whenever they present the award at the end of the season. I don't know where they present the Bolitnikoff. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
And
I don't know.
Milrow, Heisman, him. Heisman, Milrow. Lucas, go ahead.
Um, where do I begin? I mean, obviously, that game with Alabama and Georgia was unbelievable. I mean, I was watching the Florida State game, the Florida State SMU game, which I will get to. I
Yes.
will get to the Florida State Seminoles. Uh, but I mean, that Alabama Georgia game is why college football has the fan base it has the um, traditions it has the culture it has. College football is amazing, and it is why like people wake up
Yeah.
in them. I mean, first of all, Alabama football, one of the most culture programs in America. You can't get past the Crimson Tide, man. You
Oh
can't get
yeah.
the Tuscaloosa crowd.
Yeah.
Um,
100,000. 100,000 in that stadium.
yeah, I believe it. And Georgia,
Yeah.
half also a little bit more recently cultured. I mean, they've always been around, but with their recent success, um, I mean, dude, they got a fan base like no other. I mean, dude,
I got you.
yeah.
No, like that game, like that is college football. I don't know.
Game of the year. Game
Yeah,
of the year.
game of the year. I mean, Alabama, like they,
You can't expect anything more. I mean, both teams, I mean, first of all, Alabama with the full blown lead in the
yeah,
beginning. They
Carson Beck gets himself together and
he wakes up his team. You know, you got to have that quarterback who's like puts
let's
the
go.
team on his back a little bit and, you know, let's go. I
Yeah.
don't want to lose. I'm not waking up tomorrow a loser. And so that's his mentality and I love it. Um and then they come back, somehow gain a lead
Mm-hmm.
with 2 minutes left of the game, and then still somehow, some way, by the college football gods, Alabama wins the football and upsets Georgia Bulldogs. What more can you ask for?
Um, I don't know. Anyone who asks for more, I think they're delusional. But I'll say this. Jalen Milrow, I think he has to win the Natty, but if he wins the Natty, I think he's probably this is probably gonna be a super hot take right now. So everyone bear with me.
Oh,
Um, I think if he wins the national championship this year, I think he should be in talks for the greatest Alabama quarterback of all time.
oh,
Now, Alabama's had a lot. They've
Alabama's
had
had a lot,
they've
but they've
had
also had Alabama bust. A lot of
yeah,
Bama bust.
they have AJ McCarron. They've had Mac Jones. They've had Bryce Young. They've had Jalen Hurts. They've had
Tua,
Tua. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, it's I mean,
it's a
heck,
lot.
half
It's a
half the NFL's roster, I'm sorry, half of their roster like from yeah, I don't know. Like half of the NFL probably has been to Bama. I don't know. But
at
I'll
least for
say
one season.
yeah, yeah, at least for one season. Who knows? But before we move on to the UFC, I just have to bring up and I wanted your opinion on this, Lucas. I really did. Um this week it was reported that Matt Saluka, I think that's how you say his name, at UNLV, who UNLV was 3-0 last week, and now they are 4-0 after a win against Fresno State. Um, he decided to leave the team. Um,
Wow.
Now, there's been conflicting reports. Now, Matt Saluka, again, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He was at Holy Cross for 4 years, and then this year he just transferred to UNLV. Now, he never had a red shirt, and he gained an extra year because of COVID, because he started in 2020.
Yeah.
So he's gonna utilize this year as a redshirt year, making I guess yeah, next year will be his last year of eligibility. Now, there's been conflicting reports from his account. He said that he I believe he said he got offered a $100,000 NIL deal in February, uh, but he claims he's only received 3,000 of that $100,000. Now, since he's only played 3 games this year, he qualifies for a red shirt.
Yeah.
So he decided I'm leaving UNLV. I'm skipping out the rest of the season, and I'm gonna go somewhere
Where
else. And
is that not
now,
decided?
what?
Is that not decided on where he's going?
No, I don't know where he's gonna go, but yeah, and also the UNLV running back also did the same thing, literally right after him. And on top of that, I think like a day later, Bear Alexander, who was at Georgia, then he transferred to USC. He's now on to his third school. He also has only played 3 games this season, which means he qualifies for a red shirt. He's going to transfer somewhere else. I don't believe that was because of NIL. Lucas, I want your opinion on this because um, is there like a way to fix this? I mean, is like has the game because honestly, I think we've seen the signs coming for years with Nick Boza, his last year at Ohio State. He withdrew in the middle of the season. You know, Jackson Smith and Jigba,
I forgot to
skipping
include
out on
this
the
in the
college
video,
playoff
so I'm just
because,
doing a
he hurt his
voiceover now.
hamstring.
I fully
So,
support what Nick Boza
but
and
yeah,
Jackson
I
Smith
want
and
your
Jigba
opinion.
did because they're going to the NFL. However, if you're going to transfer, that's where I just don't see the logic in doing that kind of stuff. So I just want to make that point clear. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Go right ahead.
Um, my opinion on the NIL stuff, it's a real big blessing and it's a real bad curse.
Got it.
We've seen good out of it. Like there's players making opportunity for themselves to make money for them and their families while they're playing the game that they love in college.
Absolutely.
That money can go towards a house, like paying for your school. I mean, you're already getting paid for it anyway because the scholarship money, if you
Yeah.
have a scholarship, uh, or you could, I don't know, a car, mortgages, whatever. But there's also the downside of that where um, more money equals more things. So whoever can pay me more, that's where
Absolutely.
I'm going to the
Absolutely.
highest bidder. It's now that's what it feels like. It kind of feels like a bidding auction for some of these players. You have these teams with insane amount of talent, um, and are not delivering, i.e., Florida State and Colorado. I
Yeah.
mean, those are two big name schools with huge NIL deals in their teams right now, who both organizations are not doing well at all. I mean, I don't think that's an exaggeration. Florida State is 1-4, which is just embarrassing. That is just
I feel you,
Un-
man. I feel you.
Unbelievable. After a 13-0 season, or 13-0 undefeated regular season, coming off so much, with huge NIL deals. I mean, DJ, I'm not even going to try to say his name. He hasn't earned that respect yet of me trying to pronounce his name.
Ooh.
Um, I mean, he's not even starting right now. He won't be starting for Clemson.
He got
Um,
benched?
earlier this weekend, I believe on Sunday, reports came out that he has an uh, injury on his
Okay.
right arm, and he will not be starting against Clemson. Um, and Drake,
Backup quarterback's time to shine.
yeah, I mean, he pulled through last year when Jordan Travis got hurt and won games. He was part of that undefeated season.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. I just feel like because I was listening to uh the Coach JB show. Now, yeah, if, for any of you guys that don't know who Coach JB is, he was a coach Independence Community College on Last Chance U, like seasons 3 and 4. And you know what? He said, honestly, like like we've seen the signs for years, and like I've been telling you guys, these player like expanding the playoff to 12 games isn't gonna matter. Or no, not 12 games, 12 teams.
Teams, yeah.
It's not gonna matter. Like these players they're gonna opt out, you
Yeah.
know? And I fear we're gonna have a situation like that in December, and we're gonna have to see, you know, like where that situation goes, because now, like, I feel like college football, like the NCAA, they've kind of set themselves up with that, because now what's going to happen is, because since the 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 tournament is essentially like a month long,
Yeah.
it like it sets the it I don't know, it's kind of like it's a weird deal. I don't know why they can't just do them like back to back weeks like the NFL does. I just
Yeah.
I
Or
I don't get it.
back to back days, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Um, but I don't know either. I agree with you on a sense. Having a 12 team playoff doesn't automatically mean that they fixed it. Because a 4 team playoff,
No, no,
that wasn't it. That was not it.
definitely.
I mean, how can you be a Power Five league,
Yeah,
and have only 4 teams in the playoff? That doesn't make sense.
I feel you.
Um, but I think it's going to do good, but I really am scared for when it does bad.
I got
Because,
you.
like you said, players are going to opt out, and that's going to make the fans having to watch these unnecessary games.
I
When
understand.
half the team opts out, we saw it last year with Florida State and Georgia.
Yeah.
Florida State had 16 opt outs, whether that was
No, no, no. It was 30. It was
oh,
30.
I mean, excuse me.
It was like, I think it was like, no, no, no. It was 29 and 15 what went to like the pros, and like 14 went
Exactly.
to
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
transfer.
yeah. It was some crazy number of opt-outs, and we saw what happened. Um, I don't think they're I think they're in the growing phase of this whole process. Because
Mm-hmm.
it is a process. It's going to be a long process too. Um, but I mean, I can't get enough of college football. I still love college football.
Of
Um,
course.
I will still always watch college football. I will always be a Florida State fan. Go Noles. Um, you down. Uh,
Yes. Oh yeah, just an announcement for everyone, but just as we get off the college football section of the show. Just to let you guys know, me and Lucas will be attending Nebraska versus Rutgers this weekend,
Yes, yes,
and
in Omaha, Nebraska.
Lincoln. But you
I mean,
close enough.
sorry,
Close
Lincoln,
enough.
Nebraska.
It's
Lincoln,
okay.
Nebraska. I'm so sorry.
Close
Excuse me.
enough. Close enough. This will be my fourth time at this stadium. And October 26th, we will be at Florida State versus Miami at the Hard Rock. So yeah, any fans there, feel free to get a picture with us. Um, now moving on to the UFC. Lucas, I'll let you go first.
Okay. This week, this Saturday night, UFC 307.
Okay.
Alex, well, let's start with the prelims. Let's start with the prelims because I mean, honestly, these prelims don't look bad. These prelims don't look bad. You don't have too much going on. Steven Thompson, honestly, probably his
Wonderful.
last fight. Probably his last fight.
Maybe.
Sorry to say it to everybody. Um, this is probably going to be his last fight. The fight with Aljamain Sterling and Movsar Evlov. I'm not going to try. Has been canceled. Um, sure that's out. Sure the reasons on that are out. But yeah, there's some other ones. There's some
Jose
other.
Aldo's fighting, right?
Jose Aldo is fighting. Yes,
Mm,
he is fighting on the main card. He's like right before the co-main event. I'm very
awesome.
excited for that. I thought he was done fighting, but it's always good to see a Hall of Famer fight, especially when you know it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Um, Julia, Juliana Pena and Raquel Pennington will fight for the
Mm.
bantamweight championship. The women's bantamweight championship looks very exciting. I have Raquel. Um, I have Pennington. I don't really like Pena. I don't. That win over Amanda Nunes was a fluke. Her
Okay.
whole uh, that was a whole big fluke, and she could not stop screaming that chord, man. Like we get it. You beat Amanda Nunes, awesome, and the way she did it was awesome. Um, but it was a fluke, and
Okay.
Amanda Nunes let it be known. It was a fluke because the next fight they had, Amanda Nunes toyed with her, and then she kept continuing to have this amazing career. Um, Arguably, not really arguably, maybe one or two, the best women's fighter of all time. And the main event, Alex Pereira, dude, dude. I mean, come on. I mean, come on.
Hey,
Uh,
he's not taking any breaks, man. This is his third fight this year. But
exactly.
what do you expect? I mean, kickboxing, I'm sure he fought every 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Admin twice a month.
For sure. Yeah, I'm very excited. UFC, I guess they got a relationship with Salt Lake City. So yeah, I guess Utah got some crazy UFC fans out there. So yeah, big up to Utah. But one thing I have to voice my opinion on this. You know, and like listen, I've been a fan of the UFC since I was like 10 years old, and
Exactly.
it was amazing to see the UFC get to the spear. And and hey, all the fights up until the co-main event were absolutely amazing. I mean,
Yes.
Raul Rosas,
Diego Lopez,
yes, Lopez,
uh, featherweight division. Watch out. That
yes,
guy is coming. That guy is on a mission, and
of
he's not
course.
stopping. I'm not stopping at all.
And then but I have to say, congratulations to Marab, really. You know, Marab and Valentina as well. You guys fought great fights. However,
Dude,
although I have to say the fights were not entertaining, you guys, were dominant from start to finish, and you know,
you did what you had to do.
I'll give you guys your praises. But Dana White did say, look, uh, I spent millions on the production. He said, look, I can spend millions on the production and I can make everything look great. John Anik referred to it as eye candy, which it was. Um, but he said I can't control the fights. And trust me, there were some great fights. And
Dude,
but
dude, some of those arguments of like fight of the month.
yeah,
Just
and
from
then
that one card, there was multiple of those.
yeah, and then and yeah, it was a love letter to Mexico. But then like Valentina and then the co-main event and Marab in the main event. I thought again, like, listen, you can't control the fights, but you know what? I will never judge somebody for going out there and doing what they got to do to win the fight. I will never judge somebody for that. You know, if you feel like that's the best thing you could do to win the fight, do what you need to do.
Do what you got to do. Yeah, it's
So
part of the game plan.
and at the end of the day, who cares what anyone else thinks about your performance? Because it's your performance.
Yeah,
You got to do what you need to do, and guess what? We got two new champions that night. So, and hey, I think the card was a success at the Spear. So, yeah.
me too.
But that's gonna end off this episode. Lucas, really appreciate you for doing this, and I will see you in Nebraska.
I'll
And
see you.
we will be at the top of the top. We will be in the nosebleeds. Okay,
Chewing on them,
the stairway to heaven. Okay,
chewing on
so
them runses, bro.
say it again.
Chewing on them runses.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh, dude, I'm having like 50. I'm having like 80.
Yeah.
I
I
will
mean,
sell them out. I will sell them out.
you better save up because they're like $5 a piece. So yeah. But look, again, me and Lucas will be in Nebraska October 5th for Nebraska versus Rutgers. We're very excited. So and this month your boy just turned 21 years old in September. So yes, clap it up, clap it up. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm excited to celebrate my birthday in Nebraska. It's gonna be pretty cool, and yeah, we will be watching Nebraska versus Rutgers, and it's gonna be amazing. So
Yes.
again, that's gonna wrap off this episode. Thank you guys so much. Please
Go
make
Big
sure.
Red.
I'm sorry.
Go Big Red.
Oh yes, go Big Red. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day, everyone.